Welcome to sunny Nowlan Park. Ray Kelly is just throwing the Slytherin right now in the sunshine here, and the sun cream has indeed been applied by both sets of players. It is that warm here. It really is championship weather. Beautiful setting, and we have a great camera angle here for you as well, high up in UPMC Nowlan Park, to watch the first effort go to the right and wide. So it's Kilkenny against Wexford. Kilkenny with home advantage. They're in both games today, and this is a Kilkenny goalkeeper, Cleona Murphy from Kilmacow, and her first puck out goes right into the middle of the field, just over slightly to the far side, and it's Kilkenny's number 4, Katie Byrne from Dixborough. Close game. The last time they met in the league there was only a point in it, and it looks like being a close game already today, if you can tell from the first minute or so of action. Nice hook there, and Kilkenny trying to get possession back in the middle of the field, and that's Niamh Leahy, the number 2 from Emeralds, in there pulling on that one, but it's Grace Donovan, 15 for Wexford, pumping that one into the forwards, but number 6 back there is Roisin Phelan from Connaughey. I will give you the teams in a second. Beautifully taken there by Grace Roach at left half back for Wexford. Yeah, and exchange is very close and well contested early on. Possession changing hands frequently, which is often a sign of a close game, as I say, very early, but we're looking to have a really interesting game here. Kilkenny are on their first attack of the game now, and this is their number 12, Claire Doheny from St Bridget's, puts it in towards the D area, and it's taken by the full forward there, that's Caroline Kennedy, but drops short. Keeper drops it as well. That's Emma Kiley, but she does clear it the second time of asking, but only as far as Laura Green, who's from O'Loughlin Gales, and if she hits this one, she's not going to, but if she did and hit it high over the stand, it would land in her club grounds probably, or pretty close to it. O'Loughlin Gales just behind the goals here, and that has gone high, but it's going to drop into that danger area around the goals, and that was a good pull on it there by Dervla Doyle, number 6 for Wexford, but Kilkenny still looking for the first score of the game, and it's their corner forward Therese Donnelly from Thomastown, and it goes to the left and wide. Remains no score after 2 minutes 22. Puck out comes down right under us and straight to a Kilkenny player there, number 7 Hannah Scott from James Stevens, so she puts it back in there. There's work to be done here by Lauren Doyle, number 3, but she seems to be doing it under pressure, and indeed under too much pressure, and Ray Kelly gives a free out. So it's the first of the semi-finals. The other one is also being played today at 2 o'clock. That's Wicklow against Carlow. Hannah Scott again, 7, but possession changing hands, and this is Lorna Fortune, number 5, and this is Siobhan Sinnott from Oulart. She spreads the play and puts it over in the left corner, but it's Niamh Leahy who's there for Kilkenny. Now, can the forwards do something with this one? That's a good take and turn, but she's given it straight into the right hand of Lorna Fortune. This is Sal Doyle from Cranford, and she immediately launches it. In fact, she's going for her own score and may just have got it. She has. That's a smashing score. Well, there's been a few efforts in the first few minutes that have been quite tame, but that from the middle of the field straight over the black spot, absolute cracker. First blood to Wexford from Sal Doyle. Cleona Murphy with the puck out, but it's dropping towards Una Doyle, the captain of Wexford from Rathmuir, and she takes it beautifully, and then on her stick tries to get it down the line, but it's intercepted. This is good work by the number 30 in the white helmet, and there were a few changes before the start. I will come to them, but number 30 is Jean Cass from Dixborough. So she was a late change for Kilkenny. Jean Cass, C-A-S-S, from Dixborough. So she in from the start, 1 of 3 late changes for Kilkenny. When there's a break, I will go to those teams, but Dervla Doyle has put it right back in there. Continued on by Sinnott, but Hannah Scott is there. And this is Phelan. Kilkenny just getting a little bit of room, and Katie Byrne looks up and puts it in there, beautifully taken in the left hand, and it's a high challenge, but and another one. Caroline Kennedy doing well, and the referee no option there. You heard the ooh from the crowd. Free in. The referee taking note of that. So the teams, I'll go to those quickly now, or give you some of them. Kilkenny in goals, Cleana Murphy from Kilmacow. Number 2, Niamh Leahy, Emeralds. 3, Jenny O'Day from Pilltown. 4, Katie Byrne from Dixborough. As we watch Afton Grace from Kilmacow put that safely over the bar and make it 1 point each. Continuing with the Cats, 5, Niamh Phelan from Dixborough. 6, Roisin Phelan from Connaught. 7, Hannah Scott from James Stephens. Actually, there was one change in the back line, so that's Jane Cass who's in there. Number 30 from Dixborough, so she is in the defence. At midfield is also a change. Mairead Kennedy has not started. Instead, Kate McCluskey, number 18, is in there for Kilkenny, alongside Laura Green, number 8 from O'Loughlin Gales. So that's the midfield. Just keeping an eye on the game before I go back to the Kilkenny forwards, who are now getting into their rhythm. And there you see 27 going towards the ball now. That's Tara Ronan. She also is a late starter, replacing Sarah Barco at number 11. This is Afton Grace again. She's already got 1 point. Make that 2. The rest of the Kilkenny forwards, well, at 10, Danielle Quigley from O'Loughlin Gales. 12, Claire Dohenny from St Bridget's. 13, Therese Donnelly from Thomastown. 14, Caroline Kennedy from Silveroo. And 15, Afton Grace. So those 3 changes. Jane Cass wearing 30, Kate McCluskey wearing 18, Tara Ronan wearing 27. We'll come to the Wexford team in a minute. But watching the play, good work here by Sinnott. Gets it to Karen Tompkins. Under pressure, and that looked like a sore one. Yeah, she got a bang on the wrist there. Par for the course for Camogie and hurlers, of course, but didn't bother her at all. If that was a Premiership footballer, she'd be on the ground for about 10 minutes. This is Una Doyle, the captain of Wexford. Helmets matching the colours on the top of her jersey, the purple and gold. Puts it nicely in there. That's on target, but it's having to be batted away. Kilkenny 1 point down in the first 4 or 5 minutes. Have come back now to lead by 1. Interception by Tompkins for Wexford, but it's going to be a sideline ball for Kilkenny. And it's Grace who will take it. There's an option, quickly closed down by Doyle, one of the 4 Doyles on the Wexford team. They have Lauren Doyle, Dervla Doyle, Grace, or rather Una Doyle and Sal Doyle. Good work by Laura Green, giving it in to Caroline Kennedy, and she loves to get it and turn. She's done that again. There's a chance here for Dohenny if she can get a bit of space. No space allowed. Well defended, but Kilkenny still there. This is good determination, but eventually the referee says that's a throw ball. For Wexford in goals, they have Emma Kiley. Number 2 is Sinead Furlong from Buffers Alley. 3, Lauren Doyle. 4, Karen Tompkins from Kilrush. 5, Lorna Fortune, also from Kilrush. 6, Dervla Doyle. 7, Grace Roach from Glenbarntown. At midfield, they have Ciara Butler, same club, Glenbarntown at 8, and Siobhan Sinnott from Islard at 9. Katie Byrne, number 4 for Kilkenny, involved a lot in the play. This is Claire Dohenny. On now to Kiva Byrne, or rather Therese Donnelly at number 13, is it, on her back? Thought it might have been 18, but no, it's definitely 13, and it's definitely over the bar. 3 points to 1 in the 10th minute of the game, and Kilkenny getting into their groove. This is Wexford goalkeeper Emma Kiley. Looks like it's going straight up the middle, pretty much is. Lots of height on it. It'll come down out of the midday sun and picked up easily by Roisin Phelan, and she just puts it in and around the house again. Oh, and there's a mistake there, and it could be a goal chance here. It was Sinead Furlong trying to deal with it. Eventually there was a push in there and they got away with one there a little bit, Wexford. giving the rest of their team at 10, Una Doyle, the captain, 11, Sal Doyle, 12, Sive Buttle from Kilrush. Full forward line for Wexford, and it's going into that full forward line now, but I'll just follow the ball before we give you the names. Let's see if they can get it. They haven't had too much joy up there. But this is the number 11 Doyle again, and she's trying to go through but loses possession. Good turnover for Kilkenny, and there's their number 18 Kate McCluskey. This is Laura Green, her midfield partner. She speeds away. Puts a diagonal ball in there, but it's actually gone over the forward's head, and it's going to be Katie Byrne who's going to get there first. Gives it to Una Doyle. Actually, it was Karen Tompkins, number 4. Sorry, I got my number 4s mixed up there, but it's anybody's ball now. Who's going to get there? It's going to be a free out for Wexford. So we're going back to their full forward line. They've Kiva Byrne from Rathmuir at 13, Letty Whelan at 14 from St Martin's, and Grace Donovan from Clongeen is wearing 15 for Wexford, managed by Alan Brennan. Lauren Doyle getting good distance on that. Danielle Quigley doing well for Kilkenny, number 10, but just can't get the ball up. Help comes from Hannah Scott, and now from Laura Green. Scott again, and she goes for her own score and gets her own score. That's beautifully finished, and it was all about the tenacity around the middle of the field to get possession and then drive away. Wexford weren't able to claim clean possession, and Kilkenny made them pay, and that's their 4th point of the game. They've got the last 4 in a row. Wexford win this one from the break ball, and another good ball actually on a diagonal sense into the corner, but will it work? Well, good battling again, and that's beautifully finished as well by Kiva Byrne from Rathmuir, the number 13, and that's 2 good examples of a little bit of tenacity from Wexford to get them back into it at 4-2, because she didn't really have any right to win that, but she pounced, and it's 4-2, double scores. Murphy with the puck out, and that is Claire Doheny trying to get a hand on it, but good strong defending by Grace Roach for Wexford. Kilkenny defence have been on top most of the time, and that's good clever play, working it through the lines, and then they always go for this direct ball, and that's Caroline Kennedy, and that's why they put that sort of ball in there. It doesn't just reach, goalkeeper does well, and Dervla Doyle there to sweep up. You just feel a little bit that Wexford are living on their nerves a little bit in there. They've got away with a few, but there's a lot of pressure and a lot of ball coming in to that area. Maybe it's something to do with the sun that's over to our right slightly, from right to left as you're watching, so a bit trickier for the goalkeeper at that end in the first half, but certainly no breeze to speak of. Wonderful weather in Kilkenny today for this game in mid-May. Kilkenny, great strength and depth are in the senior game, and of course the 2 panels work nicely together. They dovetail nicely, and some players can drop down, some can move up. Indeed, last week the subs came on and scored 5 points. It shows you that there definitely is strength and depth there. Now, will this pressure tell? That's a better ball into the forwards, because Therese Donnelly has a chance of getting it, and she does that and gives a good ball out there, trying to spread the play a little bit rather than just going through the middle. 27 is Tara Ronan, and she gets a shot away, but no real conviction, and it goes tamely wide. So 14 minutes gone, it remains 4 points to 2, and we really haven't had a decent effort, a serious effort on goal yet. Goalkeeper changes her puck out, but goes straight to Ronan, and this is Kennedy. Low one, and it's wide again. Kilkenny need to make this pressure tell, because Wexford could hit them at the other end and might do better in the second half than they're doing in the first, so they're wasting a lot of chances here, and their management will be concerned about that. Their manager is Seamus Kelly. It's Lorna Fortune, number 9, getting help from Sinead Furlong. But it's Kilkenny who come away with it, with Claire Doheny from the St. Bridget's Club, and she shapes to score and does score and makes it 5 points to 2. Well, the pattern is that Kilkenny, as you see there, are winning most of those kind of exchanges, and then they have the players who can speed away and finish as well. Wexford have done it for their last score, but it's been sporadic for them, whereas it's been more consistent pressure from Kilkenny. They lead 5 points to 2, but Wexford have a chance now to build. Haven't been as fluid in their attacks, and Kilkenny have defended like that most of the time and defended well. That's Jenny O'Day from Piltown, but it's gone straight to Siobhan Sinnott from Eilert de Bala, and that's a brilliant effort, and it's gone right over the bar. Goalkeeper got her hurled to it, but I think maybe only just helped it over, and it's 5 points to 3, and that's a good response from Wexford. And as I said early on, this is looking like a good close game, and it is exactly that. That's Grace Roach trying to deal with that, but Kilkenny again picking up the pieces very well, and that's Therese Donnelly. Looks for Kennedy inside again. I think that's actually Grace in there battling for it as well. This is Kennedy now bullying her way through, and there could be a goal chance here for Quigley, but the goalkeeper comes out to deal with it, and eventually Wexford clear the lines, but that threat is there around the goal area. Sive Buttle, number 12, goes cross field again, but gives it straight to Roisin Phelan from Connaughey. And there's room here, beautifully taken, and immediately Ronan goes for her shot, but drops down. Goalkeeper has to deal with it twice because Kennedy was alert and eventually manages to kick it away, but has it gone away? No, here comes Kennedy again. A little bit of support, but the referee has said that's throw, and that's the second time he's blown for that. And you can hear a little bit of relief from Wexford here because that was concerted pressure. There you see goalkeeper Emma Kiley dealing with it well. A little bit of a hold up here, but Ray Kelly, the referee, actually explaining what the throw was. He's demonstrating that it was definitely a foul, and this is like the old days here. It's so hot here, we're having a break. I don't think it's a deliberate water break, but maybe because there was an injury in there, they are now having what looks like a water break. Wouldn't be surprised if they did organise it or work it in today, because it is halfway through the first half more or less, and it is very hot. Much appreciated break for the players. And the referee going in to have a word with his umpire, and he was explaining again the hand pass. And he's going to have a drink as well. Tough one for the officials too. Nearly ready to go off again. 19 minutes gone now, 5 points to 3. Nicely balanced game in the Leinster Intermediate Championship semi-finals here in Nowlan Park. Off we go with Lauren Doyle. Goes left, looking for Sive Buttle, number 12. This is Grace Roach. Off she goes down the left, and that's a good, dangerous looking ball that might drop in behind, and does drop into the captain. Una Doyle is in there trying to get on it, and does get on it, but what a save from Cleona Murphy. Great reactions and goals there. We'll have a look at that again, and I think in a second if we get a chance, because that was a super save. And that would have put Wexford a point up. I did say they're dangerous, and that should go over the bar, and does, from Sal Doyle. There is the threat from Wexford. They're very much alive in this game. And let's see that save again now as it comes in from the Wexford captain. or rather the shot was from the Wexford captain, instantly pulled on it, or rather swung at it there, snatched at it and got a great strike on it, but goalkeeper did very, very well, and Kilkenny remain a point ahead now just. They seem to have had most of the play, but Kilkenny have a better percentage of scoring for attacks when they get up there, I think. This is Una Doyle, the captain, again. They got a point at the end of that, didn't get their goal, but they did get their point. So it's one in it. Danielle Quigley trying to stretch that lead again, but how many times have they dropped it in short, Kilkenny? Emma, I keep saying, I'm going to say Emer Kiley, the goalkeeper for Wexford. Of course, it's Emma Kiley. Emer Kiley is the ladies footballer with Cork. Emma Kiley doing really well in there. She's batted a lot of balls down in there. She's kept her eye on it very well despite that sun. Now here's Sal Doyle with a chance maybe to equalise or go even more than that. Letty Whelan, number 14, is in there as well. They're trying to get their way through. No free, and Kilkenny defend it well. Lorna Fortune, number 5, under pressure from Doheny. And Kilkenny come away with it, and it's Doheny coming away with it. Goes for her own score. Might drop down again. No, it goes over the bar. Measures it perfectly, and Kilkenny restore their 2-point lead in the 22nd minute of the game. And this is the challenge a minute ago where they turned it over, and that's where that score really came from. It could have been an equaliser at one end. Instead, Kilkenny go 2 up. That's beautifully taken by Doyle under pressure, and she'll get, no, she won't get a sideline ball. It'll go the other way. Referee Ray Kelly very clear in his instructions to Hannah Scott from the James Stephens Club, and that's a perfect connection from her. Gets great height and distance on it, but it's well defended by Furlong for Wexford, and she drills it back towards Scott. Scott goes short to McCluskey. This is Quigley. I have to say Kilkenny have played most of the hurling in this half, but they're only 2 points up. Sideline ball for Wexford. So no real fireworks in this game yet, but lots of good hurling. 1 goal chance, well saved. No goals, 10 points scored in 23 minutes. Referee just telling players to come back from the ball, keep your distance. That's another brilliant connection, really good height, and it's gone over the side, and it's going to be a Wexford ball again. Right down below us in the television gantry here in UPMC Nowlan Park. 6 points to 4. 6.5 minutes to half time. Number 7 is Grace Roach down below us from Glyn Barntown. She goes low with her connection, but it's Kilkenny first to the ball again. Laura Green, and that's cleared, and Wexford have been under most of the pressure, and it's actually coming back. The referee give advantage. There wasn't any, so it's going to be a free to Kilkenny. Kilkenny with plenty of talent, as I say, plenty of strength and depth, and players in the subs like Rachel Brennan, Aoife Cantwell, Emma Mulhall, Ellen Gunner, and so on, willing to come on. Now that's well cleared, and it came off a clash of the ash. There were several hurls there, but it came off them quite strongly. That might just dip in. No, it's gone to the right, and it's gone wide. Remains 6 points to 4. Five minutes to the break, and maybe a little extra time for the water break. And referee has blown. Actually, he's not happy with something there, and not quite sure what it is. Maybe he's ordered the puck out again, has he? Or is it 65 actually? Yeah, he's giving it out to Afton Grace, who scored a couple of points early on, I think. Certainly the first one, and she gets a chance now again. Or was there an infringement around that area? I'm not quite sure, but anyway, it's Kilkenny with an opportunity to go 3 up, and Grace takes that opportunity. 7-3 it is. Great to see lots of young players in the stand on the far side for this game and for the next game, and I think a lot of them will get on the pitch as well at half time in the senior game. That's a decent effort from distance, but it's just gone to the left from Grace, who's really getting into her groove, but didn't quite get the target on that occasion. Yeah, a lot of the young girls will get to play at half time in this game, and maybe in the senior game as well, and they get their photographs taken before this game, so they're having a great day out. Beautifully taken, and a pull on the jersey there of Doheny, but they still can't stop her. This is nice hurling from Kilkenny, and then it just breaks down, and instead Sinnott is going to clear, and does, and that's nicely taken, and he might have a chance here to get in behind Wexford and just get a score before half time, but Donovan isn't able to get there. Kate McCluskey for Kilkenny. Kennedy battling for it with Lauren Doyle. That was quite a clash, and it's gone Kennedy's way. And I think the fullback indicated there that her hurl is broken. Indeed it is there. You can see it smashing in that challenge. That is a clash of the ash. Broken hurl and new one required. There it is being thrown on now. As well, I'm saying that off camera actually, but a new hurl for the Wexford fullback Lauren Doyle, and she didn't get the decision either. No quarter given or asked, obviously. 2.5 minutes left and a chance for Kilkenny to stretch their lead from a poor angle, but Grace made light of that poor angle, and Kilkenny now enjoying a 4-point lead, 8 points to 4, double scores. Wexford could have went ahead with the goal chance, but Kilkenny have steadied the ship, and they've started to make their advantage pay on the scoreboard. This is Dervla Doyle, showing good determination and speed and enterprise, and then puts it into that full forward area, and it's beautifully taken and laid off. This is fabulous hurling. Kilkenny trying to get a score before half time, but Kilkenny have just closed the door on Wexford for the moment at least. It looked like quite good inventive play that might open up, but hard working play there at the back, and McCluskey again, who's done well. She's wearing 18 but started the game and has certainly justified that selection, and that effort is going tamely to the right, and the goalkeeper, I think, was waiting to see if it would go out, but in the end has had to deal with it. Tara Ronan, number 27 on her back, but she started the game as well. They do love putting pressure on the Wexford full back line. They've dealt with it well for most of the day, but some of it has been down to Kilkenny's wayward shooting, and that was wayward as well. We're just going into the last minute officially of the first half of normal time. Hannah Scott has had a busy game from the James Stephens club. Great connection again, good power, and it's a bit lower this time, but it goes right in there towards Kennedy, and she thought she was away and stepped over the Wexford player, but the referee held that up. And there's also another injury, I think, for the number 8, Laura Green from Kilkenny, who has her helmet off, and she's getting a little bit of treatment from the physio, and that must have related to something else a minute or two ago. So 2 players requiring treatment as we nearly go into injury time at the end of the first half. Seamus Kelly, the Kilkenny manager, and he has assistance from a coach, Tommy Wall, and selectors Anne-Marie Hoyne, Shay Hayes and Seamus O'Brien. The physio is Kate Kelly, and the physios have been busy. And also in the back room there they have Aoife Lanigan. As for Wexford, they're managed by Alan Brennan, coaches Jason Kerwin, selectors Derek Tobin and Adam Howland. Female liaison officer is Georgina Roach. Physio for them is Darren White. Administrator is Mary O'Reilly, and the secretary is Karina Shield. Now back with the play. Good strong play indeed by Roisin Phelan to win a free. And Grace, I imagine, will fancy this one. 31st minute, and we'll be in the 32nd minute, I think, by the time she strikes. And she'll be looking to make it a 5-point gap at half time, which is probably fair enough on reflection. Has she got it? She has. Measured it perfectly. Goes to 9-4 in the 32nd minute. They have it most of the play, but they haven't really made it pay until the later stages of the half. Tompkins for Wexford to Roach. Maybe Wexford will be a different proposition in the second half. They might rue that goal chance that they didn't take. Although, to be fair, it was more an excellent save than they didn't take it. They did try to take it. And that's good, tough, close tackling there to turn the ball over from Danielle Quigley. And Wexford will need that sort of spirit and close tackling in the second half if they're going to get back into this game. They're certainly not out of it as we go into the 33rd minute of the first half. Captain Una Doyle is looking like she wants to drop this in and around the house. They've gone from 1 down to 5 down, so they'd love a little score right at the end of this half. Hasn't really reached too far. Just around the 21, and the swing on it was from Sal Doyle, but didn't really connect properly, and the goalkeeper Cleona Murphy does well to come out and deal with that one. It's Kilkenny who might get a score. Doheny. They might stretch their lead again. They're enjoying themselves out there, and that's a free, I think, by the fullback Lauren Doyle, as we nearly go into the 34th minute. And there's a chance here for Kilkenny to go 6 up, and considering it was only 1, which seemed only 7 or 8 minutes ago, they'll be delighted with that. Grace, number 15, is there, willing and ready, and on form as well, as we've seen in this half. You might see some of the young girls over on the far side there, all poised to come on just behind her there. I can't wait to get on at half time in the sunshine here in UPMC Nowlan Park. Get their day in the sun. This is Afton Grace from Kilmacow. Wexford got the first score of the game, but it's very much Kilkenny in charge now, and Grace got their first score and is now looking to get what will probably be their last score of the half. Has she got it over? She has. 10 points to 4, and there is a half-time whistle almost at the 34-minute mark, and it's been a good half for Kilkenny. They lead by 6 with a late flurry of scores in the half to put distance between the teams, and you would have to say that's pretty well deserved, but Wexford by no means out of it. They had the only goal chance, and we'll be expecting a lot more from them after the break. Ray Kelly, the referee. Standby referee Shane Foley from Carlow. Line official Paul Donnelly, Kildare. Same county as Ray, and they all get us underway again for the second half, and Kildare get the first free within seconds, and they have that 6-point lead from the first half, so they're well on their way. But what can we expect from Wexford in the second half? Just the 4 points in the first half, the 1 goal effort, but hold on, this could be a goal effort at the other end, and Wexford managed to deal with it in there. And it's that goalkeeper again, Emma Kiley, who had a great first half, and she started well again in the second. Now, will we see a better performance from Kilkenny? Well, that's well taken, but she caught that well in her left hand and then seemed to get a bang in the back there, and that was painful. You could see her feeling that and twisting and dropping there. That was a sore one, and the referee in there to give a free, but hopefully she'll be able to continue. We were entertained at half time by the mini games. There's players here today from Mullinavat, from Young Ireland's, from St Martin's, and the other Young Ireland's team, there's 2 from that club, one of them wearing white and the other wearing red. Just checking the Wexford subs who they've got to come in. Well, they've Kate Butler, who's 16, they've Aoife McRae, they've Aoife Doyle rather, another Doyle, Ellie O'Connor, Cathy O'Connor, Anne Byrne, Eva Farrell, Orla Redmond, Emma Walsh, Emer Hunt, Shauna Kelly, Kellyanne Dempsey, Ciara O'Connor, Donna Delahunty and Nora Higgins. This is Grace Roach inside her own half. That is going to fall just beyond the D, and a little pull on it in the air, but straight through to the goalkeeper, Cleona Murphy, who deals with it well. Both keepers have done well. This is one of the reasons why there's been no goals. Not necessarily in making saves, but just in general play and tidying up. They've been very good. Oh, Kilkenny get that when Wexford thought they were away. And it's a foul by the fullback Lauren Doyle from Wexford, and it's a chance for Afton Grace. Finished the first half well, and looking now to start the second half in the same manner. So 3 minutes in, do we have the first score? No problem at all to Grace, and she makes it a 7-point game. Kiley straight down the middle. Quigley is there, but so is Roach, and that's a Wexford ball. Roach, good connection, good distance, but it's Kilkenny's defence coming away with it again. They'll be very pleased with their performance so far. Conceded just 4 points, and that's good work by Kennedy. Slipping it into Doheny. Nice connection, but the effort goes wide. Nice approach play, but we have yet, after 4 minutes, to get a score from play in the second half at either end. Grace Roach again. She is very busy, and she hasn't connected there at all, and she's annoyed with herself. Maybe just a little bit too anxious. They need to relax a little bit, but I guess that's easier said than done when you're 7 points down and you haven't scored in the second half, and you've only scored 4 times in the game. Scott, but oh, there's a great hook. That's brilliant play in the middle of the field there by Danielle Quigley for Kilkenny to win that one back. And that's kind of been the way the game has been. Wexford are trying their best and trying to get into it, but Kilkenny just a little bit too cute at times. They just seem to have the upper hand. Wexford did well to stay in the game in the first half, but there's now distance between the teams, and there you see that fight I'm talking about from Wexford. They're still determined to bring the game to Kilkenny as best they can, and they get a free this time. Good strong work. I think it was Katie Byrne, the number 4 from Dixborough. It was indeed. That's what they need. Well, that's partly what they need now. They need a good finish at the other end. This isn't going to go over, but it's going to drop in and around. Need more out of their forwards in the second half. Una Doyle, the captain, over this one. Right on halfway. The sun more going from right to left as in your eyes. So this could be a tricky one. And she's put it very, very high, but it's gone to the left. Is it going to stay in? It's not. Murphy looks to her right, pumps it down around the middle, and it's fallen nicely for Kilkenny, and it's their cornerback, Katie Byrne, who did well. Now this is Fortune. Interesting ball across field rather than direct into the full forward line, and it's paid off in the end because Sal Doyle has it now, and she's away approaching the D, runs into a little bit of traffic and then loses possession, but Butler trying to get an effort away and doesn't manage to, and Kilkenny repelling that attack yet again. This is Danielle Quigley. And it's Roach trying to catch her. She can't catch her. She's still going. And in the end goes for her own effort, but it's gone to the left and it's gone wide. But good enterprising little bit of play there. There's an injury as well for Quigley. Must have taken a bang from a hurl there, and the referee calls for treatment and also calls for a substitute to come on for Wexford. Wexford realising they need to change things here. So number 23 has come on for 8, I think it is. Yeah, number 8 for Wexford, Ciara Butler, has come off. She was involved in the play a little minute ago. 23 has come on instead of her, and 23 is Orla Redmond. So a little bit of a change there. There's also a positional switch because she's gone in closer to goal. Number 15, Grace Donovan, is told to go out a little bit around the 45. So Redmond has gone in to the full forward area. Maybe they're a little bit concerned that a few balls have gone in there and they've just gone out rather tamely. They need to work a bit harder to keep them in play and have a little bit more threat near a goal, because it's beginning to get to that stage where they're going to need a goal. Both sets of defences have done well. I've mentioned Grace Roach a lot for Wexford, and Karen Tompkins a few minutes ago actually, who was really, really good. I think I may have said the other number 4, but it's definitely Karen Tompkins doing well for Wexford. And the Doyles up the middle, and Fortune as well has worked hard. And for Kilkenny, Hannah Scott has been very busy, as is Katie Byrne, and the rest of the defence doing very well too. And this is their forwards doing well. This is Doheny, who's been very busy all the way through. Just lost possession at the last minute, just ran away from her, but has Laura Green put it over? She has. Nicely finished by the midfielder from the club just round the back here of UPMC, Nolan Park, O'Loughlin Gales. There it is, the number 8, nice score. Number 8 making it 8 points the difference between the teams, and Wexford really need to get something here. They were 6 down at the break. They haven't scored in the second half. They've made a change. Will it make a difference? Well, they've brought this girl out around the middle more. This is Donovan. Get her more involved in the play, and that's exactly what she's doing now. She looks for the pass inside, and that's a good pass as well. This is better from Wexford. There's a chance here, but difficult one for Letty Whelan. She's still persisting though and doing well. A tough challenge comes in there from Kate McCluskey. And the referee says that's a fair challenge, and away they go. It's green again for Kilkenny. They're looking to make it a 9-point gap, but back there is Karen Tompkins from Kilrush, having a great game in there. And that one is blocked over the sideline for a Wexford ball, and they just are finding it so difficult to make any headway, Wexford, either in the forwards or at the back, and Kilkenny are just frustrating them, it seems, all over the field. Another sub for Wexford. They really are making the changes now. 27 is Kellyanne Dempsey coming into the play for number 5, Lorna Fortune. So 27 now on, as well as number 23 for Wexford. 2 changes in the last few minutes, because we have just got the 19 minutes left, and they haven't got a score yet in the second half. But you see there Kilkenny sweeper. They have an extra player back there, and it's telling. At least it seemed like a sweeper on that occasion. They certainly had a player over. Maybe it was just a positional thing. They don't need to have a sweeper really. They're playing very well, just man on man. Foul on the number 4, Karen Tompkins, as I say, has been busy. Another sub coming in for Wexford. They're rolling in 1 a minute at this stage. And this is number 19, Ellie O'Connor from Kilmore. Three subs. And 14 is coming off Caroline Kennedy, who certainly had a threat in there, but didn't quite materialise enough. And that ball is a little bit too easy for Kilkenny to defend. Looked like that may have gone over the line, certainly when it was in her hand there, but maybe that doesn't count. The referee lets play go on, and this is Green again, doing well in the second half. Laura Green for her team, involved in a lot of good stuff. It's worked nicely to one of the subs, Ellie O'Connor. See, they put the number 9 in there, Wexford, Siobhan Sinnott. They put her in on the fullback. So they're trying a few positional switches and personnel switches, Wexford, but they just badly need a score, any score. They haven't scored in the first 12 and a half minutes, but will they change that now? They will. Wexford's 5th score of the game, and it was well taken. Good, tenacious play, and a nice finish at the end of it as well. And they really did need that, and of course it came from Sal Doyle, who's been one of their main threats today. 12 points to 5-7 in it. If they could get a goal in the next few minutes, it would make things extremely interesting, and they certainly have that threat. But Kilkenny responding, and that's a good ball, and well shown out in front by Therese Donnelly as well to win it. But Wexford showing good heart, and there's a lovely little hook there from Green. And that's going to be a Kilkenny ball, and they're lining up a sub as well. Number 21 coming in for Kilkenny. 21 is Ellen Gunner from Connacht. Actually, she's, I think, been told to go back off again. Yep, she's come back onto this, off the sideline again. Or no, it's 27 going off. Got my numbers mixed up. 21 for 27. 27, of course, Tara Ronan, who started the game despite wearing 27, but she's now being replaced. Kilkenny ball for Grace to take. I think it was her that I saw about a good hour before the game out. I think it might have been with her dad or somewhere, maybe a coach, and she was just practicing from this exact spot on her own. She put it about 10 yards to the left, the one I saw. This one's gone to the right. But that practice before the game at either end for her has paid off. She's had a good game, mainly accurate. Ooh, short one spilled there by Lauren Doyle, but do they get away with it? They don't. They get punished, And it's number 21, Ellen Gunner, who's just come onto the field, and she's been handed a gift there and a point right away, and that sort of sums the game up. Wexford just cannot get going, and they are making mistakes that are leading to their own downfall. But this is Kiva Byrne from Rathmuir. Can she do something? She can't. Good challenge from Hannah Scott. Kilkenny just have all the answers. Good crossfield ball, but well made there by Karen Tompkins. She did well to win that. And that's a nice little ball in here. Let's see if they can do anything. But again, it's just Kilkenny reading the game every time a little bit sharper. The Cats clear their lines, but only as far as Dervla Doyle. She's pushed over the sideline, and the referee indicates indeed it was a push. So it's a free for Wexford. Now they insist on bringing the player over from the other side to take this, and that is Grace Roach. She's run a lot today, and she's having to run across the lines to take these as well. Let's see if she can get distance on it. Well, it's very high, and she has put it right in to the Kilkenny half, but it's Kilkenny who read it again and clear it again. That's been the pattern. This is Tompkins to Doyle. It goes in again, but it usually comes out, and it does. Kate McCluskey, number 18, involved again, and here's Ellen Gunner, 21. She's only been on the field a couple of minutes, and she's going for her second score, and she's got her second score. That's what you call an impact substitution. 2 points for her in a couple of minutes. The last one was a bit of a gift. This one she had to work harder for. She did, and she got her score, and that could just have sort of put Kilkenny back in control again after a mini revival from Wexford. 20 for 14 is the substitution. Oh, and there's another mistake from a puck out so close, and she just put it over her head, and there could be a goal here. No, she's going to take her point. Therese Donnelly takes her point, but that is messy stuff at the back by Wexford, and they really are contributing to their own downfall, and the referee is also penalising the player who the ball was sent out to, and she didn't get it and then fouled the Kilkenny girl and gets a yellow card for her efforts. That's Lauren Doyle. So she's got a yellow card and a point against her. She might be saying, don't be giving me that ball anymore in there. It seemed a little bit too close for comfort. Referee holding things up. More substitutions. Now, we had 20 coming on for Kilkenny. That, I think, is Emil Mulhall. And for Wexford, 15 is off. That's Grace Donovan. And 10, the captain is off as well, Una Doyle. So 2 more changes for Wexford, and that does feel a little bit when you take your captain off like you're almost waving the white flag. 10 points down now. It's been a dismal afternoon after a bit of promise in the first 20 minutes from Wexford, but eventually Kilkenny's pressure is told. This girl is certainly not giving up. That's Tompkins. Great play from her. She's held her own and more in there. 48 minutes gone now, and Wexford just the 1 point in the second half. And they just can't get anywhere in exchanges like this. Kilkenny just too sharp and too strong, too determined in there. And they just have given them nowhere to go. Roisin Phelan, number 6, doing well. This is Donnelly. She's having to forage in there for possession, and eventually does get the free for Kilkenny. It's hard to keep track of all the substitutions now. Wexford have sent in a raft of substitutes. So I may have, or Wexford, yeah, so I may have missed 1 or 2, but I'll try and pick them up. Nellie O'Connor for Wexford, definitely in there. Good ball to Green, and nicely taken as well. Challenged by Sal Doyle. That's Wexford's 20 to 15. Oh, and that could end up in the net. Nervy one there for Wexford. She got away with it there, Kylie. That would have been cruel on her because she's had a good game. So the subs for Wexford that I know of: Ellie O'Connor 19, Kellyanne Dempsey 27, Orla Redmond 23. I think there's another 2 out there. Grace going for this one for Kilkenny. She's lost her helmet, actually. You don't see that very often, and immediately the referee, Ray Kelly, on the spot there to blow up. You can't do that. I remember the days when Terence McNaughton and Brendan Cummins and people like that were able to play without a helmet, and then the rule changed 2009, I think it was. So no, you can't play without a helmet. 15 years ago, hard to believe. Free in for the Cats, and Wexford just can't get a break here. (17) for Kilkenny coming into the play, so another change for them, and 17 is Rachel Brennan from Tullerone, and she's coming in for Katie Byrne from Dixborough at number 4, who gets a rest after putting in a good shift for her team. Grace adds on another, and it's an 11-point game. We wouldn't have thought that after 15 minutes. Indeed, Wexford got the first score of the game, but Kilkenny completely in control now. This is Tompkins for Wexford. Still not giving up. She gives it into the forwards. Let's see what the subs can do. Can they make a difference? It's 18 for Wexford, and that's Aoife Doyle. But same story, ball ends up at the other end, and Kilkenny having to press and Wexford having to defend. This is Grace Roach. Now can Buttle get there? Number 12 for Wexford. She can't. And it's the other number 12. It's Doheny to Green, who's had a super second half. And just as I say that, she puts that one wide. So yeah, Aoife Doyle is in as well for Wexford. That's another of the substitutes. (19) you might say in the shot is Ellie O'Connor. But it's Kilkenny still very much in control. Did expect this game to be a bit closer. There was only a point in it in the league, but you can't always tell. Good pressure, and Wexford good challenging there. Might be outnumbered in the end and out-muscled in the end and out-thought, which is kind of the story of the game. It's good play by their number 18, Kate McCluskey, who's been there since the start of the game. Shooting a little bit wayward in the second half for Kilkenny, so it's remaining 16 points to 5 in the 54th minute. And now Kilkenny are going to take off Claire Doheny, giving her a rest. She had a great game. And 24 is in for Kilkenny. 24 is Emer Leahy from Emeralds. She's gone straight into the right corner of the attack. Kylie with the puck out. This is Sinna, who hasn't been in the game much in the second half. They played her a little bit further forward and the ball just hasn't really got up there that much. This is Green, who has certainly been in the play a lot in the second half. That's a tricky one for the keeper. She's batted it down again, but it might end up in the net because it's gone straight to the substitute, but good defending on this occasion by Wexford. It's a little bit surprising that they haven't conceded a goal yet in this game, actually. Wexford, such has been the pressure. Treatment for an injury prompts another mini water break, with all the officials going on offering water all over the fields. A little bit of a respite for Wexford. They've had a tough 25 minutes in this half. They've only scored the 1 point, and they now trail by 11. She's okay to continue. Don't see any more subs being lined up. We've had plenty. Maybe that's us for the day. We're into the last 5 minutes. Roach for Wexford, but there always seems to be a Kilkenny player in the way, or two. This is Donnelly, number 13, does well again. Good strong challenge coming in from Sal Doyle in Wexford, with another of the Doyles, and gets Lauren Doyle getting it up. That's number 20 for Wexford, actually. She must have been the other sub that I didn't pick up. She's in the play for Wexford, and 20 is Cathy O'Connor. So lots of changes, but the pattern of the game remaining the same. Aoife Doyle for Wexford. And this is Grace Roach, one of their best players today, still carrying the game. And she puts it in there, but there is nobody there. Rachel Brennan. That's beautifully cleared and beautifully taken by Therese Donnelly, who's at a super game. One of those link players around the middle like Green, who has delivered, and Quigley. And off she goes. Plenty of grass in front of her. Puts it in the middle though, straight into Doyle, Lauren Doyle, and she does clear. But possession given away cheaply again. That crossfield ball looking for a player coming in and making it tricky for defenders. 2.5 minutes to go. Can Kilkenny get a goal right at the end? They don't need it, but here comes Quigley, or rather Green, and she does well. And she's been the best player on the field clearly in the second half from O'Loughlin Gales. You can just see behind the stand from this angle that I have. Hasn't had to come far at all today, and she's playing extremely well. And her team now lead by 12 in the 58th minute of the game. Wexford just the 1 point in the entire second half, and haven't really threatened too much otherwise. It's not like they've had 7 or 8 wides. Now that looks like the Kilkenny number 30 out there, was it? Maybe I missed her. That would be, oh, that is Jean Cass, of course, from Dixborough. She has been in the play. She came in at the start. '59th minute, and a chance for Grace Roach here. I would imagine this will drop in and around the goal area. If she can get this in target, the sun could well be in the eyes. In fact, I'm seeing the goalkeeper with the boss of her hurl up over her eyes, trying to shield, trying to see if she can get a good view in this, and she does get a good view and a good connection as well, and gives it out, bats it out to Cass and then to Green. Really has been a quality performance, very efficient performance from Kilkenny, and they may finish in style here because Emma Mulhall is through, and surely a goal right at the end. No, what a save. Does it end up? It doesn't end up in the net. Credit to Emma Kiley, Wexford's goalkeeper. She's made a couple of great saves today, and that was a super one right at the end to prevent Afton Grace from putting a goal on the scoreboard as well. Remains goalless, and that is mainly down to that goalkeeper, who's had an excellent game for her team today despite the result going against her. There's another great save at that end in the first half, but I think that was even better. Donnelly. Off she goes with the slither on the stick. Nice run by her, and Green still full of running and going for another score. That one's not going to quite do, and the referee will bring it back for a free in for Kilkenny as we enter added time at the end of this semi-final. Grace is retrieving the ball, and she will surely, you would imagine, will add to her tally and just put the tin lid on this performance and send Kilkenny into the final. All that practice before the game has paid off for her. And indeed, she makes it 17 points, 18 points to 5 now, 13 in it. Comprehensive, dominant performance by Kilkenny on home territory here. Disappointing for Wexford in the end, but Kilkenny so dominant all over the field, and their subs have come in and done so well as well. That was Brennan. Lauren Doyle now for Wexford as we enter the 62nd minute. Cass, and that's good work by Kiva Byrne, trying to get the possession for Wexford, and Sive Buttle now trying to move inside. She's got a player over here if she can get to it, but outnumbered, and Kilkenny's defence has really been first class today. Just the 5 points over the entire hour and whatever was added on, maybe 3 minutes at the end of the first half. So 65, 66 minutes. That's a point every 12, 13 minutes. But that sort of approach work hasn't helped Wexford's cause either. A bit of a waste after a lot of good, tenacious work around the middle. But they just haven't had any impact really in the forward area. One chance of a goal in the first half. When there was only 1 or 2 points in it, that could have been interesting. But Kilkenny just have put their stamp on this game. Grace Roach right on halfway. 63rd minute, 13 points down. They may as well go for goal, but and she tried to pull on it there, Dervla Doyle, but no room. Green. Kilkenny coming away with it again, and I'm sure the referee will be looking at his watch in the next 10, 20 seconds or so. Still keeping an eye on the game and letting it go, and Quigley puts it in towards Grace. She goes for her score from distance on the turn over the shoulder, but it goes to the right, goes wide. Ray Kelly looks at his left wrist to see the watch on that one, looks at the watch on the right, and it's usually a sign he's looked at the one on the right again and the one on the left again. That tells you that we are very, very close to the end. 2 watches and check both of them twice. Now almost in the 64th minute. Green looks again for that ball into Grace. Would she go for her own score again? No, this is a pass, and she's looking to get in there to one of the subs, but it was well defended by Lauren Doyle. It's been a tough day at the office for the Wexford defence. This is Green. It would be appropriate if she finished with yet another score. She measures it perfectly. Laura Green from O'Loughlin Gales, just round the back here at UPMC Nowlan Park, and she has surely completed the scoring. She's made it 19 points to 5, and Kilkenny are going through to the Leinster Intermediate Championship final against Wicklow or Carlow. Ray Kelly calls a halt to proceedings after 63 minutes and 50 seconds. A generous round of applause for both teams. They tried hard in the sun, but in the end it's Kilkenny who proved much too good for Wexford, winning by 14 points, 19 points to 5, and it's Kilkenny who will go through to the final to play either Wicklow or Carlow in the 2023 Leinster Intermediate Hurling Championship final.